Alright guys, like always, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and especially if you enjoyed this video. So I'm going to be quoting Mr. Anthony Joshua, the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Not the WBC champion. There's a difference. The unified heavyweight champion of the world actually has more than one belt. I'm going to be quoting Mr. Anthony Joshua. And I saw this little article here on, boxing scene called Joshua, how would they deal with me if I fought Povetkin next? And I will be quoting Mr. Joshua now. If it was me, if I rematched Povetkin next, if I went and rematched Povetkin next, I don't know. I've got a lot more pressure than most people, so it is what it is. He makes the decisions that I'm able to make if I wanted to, but I try not to. And if it was me, how would they have dealt with me? So I just look at it from that point of view. It's good because these guys, as I've said, they're 5 years, 6 years ahead of me in terms of years on their pro line. So I learn from these guys and their decisions. So if I do rematch Povetkin next, I don't want to hear anyone complaining because it's just the way of the beast now. So that is what Anthony Joshua says. So he's basically saying that what would be the reaction of boxing fans, or I should say Deontay Wilder fanboys? Actually, I should say the LDBC, because Deontay Wilder fanboys, 90% of them are the matter of fact, all of them, 100% of them are the LDBC. What would the reaction be if we heard if we heard next week after, all is set and done, that when Joshua beats Andy Ruiz, what happens if a week from now we hear Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin 2, December 13th, 2019, I don't know, something like that. What would the reaction be of the LDBC or of Anthony Joshua's haters? The reaction would be, why the fuck is Anthony Joshua fighting a guy he already knocked out? That would be the reaction. The reaction would be nothing but criticism, right? Anthony Joshua understands that, right? He understands that that's what the reaction would be. So that's why he doesn't understand why this fight between Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz isn't getting a lot of criticism, because he's already beaten him, right? And the thing is, it's double standards, right? If Joshua was fighting a guy that he already beat next, he would be criticized. They will say he's fighting a recycled fight. Why is he fighting a dude he already beat? He would get nothing but criticism from the LDBC. Deontay Wilder does not get criticism from the LDBC. He gets praised, because the LDBC have an agenda. They lick the balls of the PBC. They lick the balls of Deontay Wilder. They criticize everything that Matchroom does. They criticize everything that DAZN does. If you notice, every time DAZN, let's say a fight gets canceled in DAZN, they'll make a video about it. They don't make a video about fights being canceled on ESPN, on Showtime, but God forbid, if there's a fight canceled on DAZN, they'll make a video. Like when Kell Brook was canceled, he was going to fight, I think, in the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. It was canceled. Oh, man, you had a bunch of those dudes making videos talking about that. If there's a matchup that is not good in a DAZN card, they'll make videos. The point is, the LDBC, their job when it comes to the community of the boxing community on YouTube is to kiss the ass of every PBC fighter, kiss the ass of Deontay Wilder, their love child, and criticize Deontay Wilder's biggest threat. Criticize him, Anthony Joshua, right? And this is why they defend Deontay Wilder having a rematch with a guy who's old enough to be Deontay Wilder's father, right? They know that this is a cherry-picked fight. They know there's no reason for this rematch. They know that Deontay Wilder is going to beat Luis Ortiz again, because once again, he's even older now. But of course, they're going to defend that. And they're hypocrites, because a month ago, when Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn were desperately trying to get a fight with Luis Ortiz, and when Luis Ortiz rejected $7 million, When they were trying to get that fight with Luis Ortiz, these same people were calling Luis Ortiz old. They were saying, oh, now Anthony Joshua wants to fight Luis Ortiz. When he's old, now he wants to fight him. He wants to fight Deontay Wilder's leftovers, right? That's what they were saying. They were already crucifying Anthony Joshua for fighting Luis Ortiz. They were already calling Luis Ortiz an old-ass man because that was their way of discrediting Anthony Joshua, because they knew Anthony Joshua was going to beat him. So they were, even before the fight was signed or anything, they were already calling Ortiz an old-ass man, a cherry pick. So when Anthony Joshua went on to knock out Ortiz, they could just be like, oh, I told you he was going to knock him out. He was old. But you notice Deontay Wilder gets a fight with Luis Ortiz, and all of a sudden he's not old. All of a sudden Deontay Wilder's taking the risk. He needs credit for this. But they weren't saying Anthony Joshua was taking the risk. He needs credit for this when he was trying desperately to get the Ortiz fight. They praised Luis Ortiz. They praised Luis Ortiz when he walked away from a $7 million payday. They fucking praised him. They said Ortiz knows his worth. Bitch, this guy got paid $500K, but he knows his worth, right? These same idiots these same idiotic LDBC dudes who said Luis Ortiz knows his worth. He ain't gonna take $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua when he deserves more. These same fools who said that, they're gonna look really stupid when they find out that Luis Ortiz only got $1.5 million against Deontay Wilder, because I thought he knew his worth. He decided to go for Wilder because he was gonna get paid more money, right? It's kind of like these same idiots who said Deontay Wilder rejected the zone because why would he fight Dominic Brazil and take $20 million when he's gonna make $25 million against Dominic Brazil fighting on Showtime? Then we find out he only made $10 million. You know, but these guys they're just stupid like that. But that's the thing, Anthony Joshua. The LDBC, your haters, will not give you credit. And he understands this because he says, imagine what they'll say to me. It's true. They'll criticize Anthony Joshua. They'll say he's fighting against a guy that didn't fight. They give Deontay Wilder a pass. Deontay Wilder fanboys give Deontay Wilder a pass. He could fight Luis Ortiz in his next 2 fights. He could have a fucking trilogy with Luis Ortiz. It don't matter. They'll still be saying, he's taking a risk. He could duck Anthony Joshua. It don't matter. But God forbid Anthony Joshua duck Deontay Wilder. God forbid. He the biggest pussy in the world. He a coward. He'll be crucified. That's all I have to say, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I appreciate it. If you watched the video from start to finish, as always, I appreciate it, man. I'm out.